individual game that looks so damn good, and then falling by the wayside. Rogue Warriors vanished in that series and are currently sitting at 1-3. This could be theirs. They just need to rinse and repeat game 1. And EDG, with their new roster, with their roster that's had to be built out of this global pandemic, we'll see if they can finally get another win here like they did over E-Stars. We get no JOs, but we do get a Game 3 in this series.
Both these teams will be desperate for a win here. EDG sitting at 2-2 in the standings. They want to be the ones progressing further up the table, even taking over the likes of FPX, who are only sitting at 2-2, meeting OMG on that 3-2 standing after their victory yesterday. For Rogue Warriors, this is them coming back. This is their redemption story, where they're sitting 1-3 at the moment. They need to battle their way each and every step if they hope to make that playoffs, and it starts with this game.
With this roster, never thought I'd be talking about this. Again, we really ranked Rogue Warriors towards the bottom end of the spectrum, but talking about EDG for a second, I'm just looking across the board. Just quickly note that Ruby does have Electrocute. Not important right now. Let's come back. EDG, with the roster that they brought into this year, I had them at 5th or 6th. Where'd you put them?
Alir, look, that was a long time. You keep asking us all where we're putting these.
We
didn't put as much time as we did clearly into yours.
Hang on. Look, I put it onto Reddit, all right? You should know. You should have read it and gone, I get the joke. And you should have said, hey, I put EDG 6th. And I tell you what, I put them pretty high because I believe in hope, and I believe that the team was just as good as last year.
I think I had them at 8th or 9th. I think that's where I had them.
Because we put LGD really high. Like, if we're talking rankings of our 17 teams in this league, we put EDG really damn high. So, LGD. I put EDG really damn high. But with this new roster, will they be able to perform? Now, talking jungle starts here, Dagda, it was top to bottom from Wei Yan, who's setting up for the bottom side, while the Jarvan in Junjia is gone from red to blue as well, but is trying to position around mid for the first gank.
Won't be able to get anything much going there. I'm laughing at the Electrocute, though, coming through from Ruby, because this is the 3rd different rune set we've seen come through from the Azir in the same matchup.
Yeah.
It was Comet to begin with, Conqueror in the next one, and now we're seeing the Electrocute. But, unfortunately, as Azir, you can't really trade back that well.
Nope. But under the turret, if Scout takes a turret shot, you can almost get him. Ignite's going to come down, but Ruby has teleport. Forced out a lane with an early summoner burn.
Yeah, that was not the trade that he wanted to take there. Wasn't sure if Scout was confident enough to go for the Flash Ignite to finish him off, but would have probably gone down himself underneath the turret. Either way, though, the Zoe full control of this lane now.
But the Jarvan is near as well, so you say full control, it could get worse. Hang on. Don't take that. Ruby gets ignited with the real Ignite of Scout. The one he picked up before was fake.
He only just came back to lane!
And he's already at half health. Consumable potions used twice over. And Wei Yan will be spotted out, trying to shadow his mid laner and keep him safe.
You can see Junjia making his way up towards the top side of the map. Potential with the way that Crazy's pushing in for him to try and make a play here before the wave crashes fully.
I will say, just quickly before any action happens here in the bottom lane, is that really good warding from the side of Wei Yan and co. Spotting out the Jarvan multiple times here. And EDG know exactly where he is. Another good ward that spots out Junjia. Cannon's just going to walk down, threaten him away, while you can see the invade came through from Wei Yan.
Yeah, we'll give him the level advantage as well. Has cleared a couple more camps, so this Trundle getting off to a nice start. And it does mean that with EDG not potentially realizing that the Gromp has gone down, could path towards bot, waste time with no camps there and available, and give a little bit more breath to the rest of Rogue Warriors.
While Wei Yan goes up towards his top side camps, there is a lot available there and the ability to maybe make something happen in the top side. As Crazy's got some really good harass down here early.
And I like the way Rogue Warriors are playing this early game again. All they're trying to do is waste time for EDG. Azir will start to scale up, the Philios will start to scale up, because I've said this in every 3 games because it's the same mid and the same bot lane.
We do scale. Yeah, scaling is a word we do repeat a lot here. I just want to notice a bit of a tangent. Junjia has walked over a ward once again. Second time Lei has done some deep vision and it's panned out nicely. They know he's on Dragon, but there's not really too much at the moment they can do about it.
Look, it's not the end of the world. It's just a Mountain Dragon.
Might be if Mako gets caught up. He dredge lines in, but he has Gravitum on top of him. He's just outside of turret range, so Lei will take the full-on trade with Ignite. Now, definitely, the Dragon looks pretty good for EDG.
Yeah, definitely feeling that deja vu from the last game. Wei Yan.
Steal time. Flag and Drag dodged away from the Dragon, slowly going down, but they're looking for Junjia. He does steal it somehow after sitting right in front of it. The bottom lane have joined in as well, but Wei Yan's like, I'm going to wait to flash. Burns it, gets out. No first blood, but first Dragon stolen away.
And this is because they spotted Jarvan's only level 3. They'd wasted so much time in trying to clear that Dragon. Wei Yan hit the level 5, goes in aggressively with the smite advantage, nearly kills Junji in the process, and picks up the Dragon.
Everyone who plays Salt... No. Hang on, just wait. We're going to pause. He's okay. All right. Hang on. Yep, okay. Now he's okay. But let me just say one thing. Warding saves lives. Warding is what you need to do if you're playing solo queue.
Well, Ruby isn't going to be saved by wards in this lane. He's been hit with every single paddle star that has popped up on our screen and very much struggling at the moment. Levels are still even, but Scout certainly putting the pressure down on this Azir.
Yeah, he is. Even right now in CS, though. So much to Ruby's credit. Still dealing pretty well in this lane after the earlier trades coming through. After that Dragon, I want to drag attention back over to the Trundle, who's pathing towards the top side. Look at where Lei is. Mobility Boots rushed again here, while EDG trying to make a play around the mid lane, but Lei has matched it.
There was also a Poro in that bush that just died, but Wei Yan wants to fight.
Early damage. Emperor's Divide on the other side. He flashes around the other way. Scout now joins the fight with the pillar. Junjia can't get out and dies to first blood. Mako comes through and gets a trade, but now they're looking for the jungler. Even Lei's great hook can't save the day, and Scout suddenly starts with a double kill.
I actually think it was EDG who picked up first blood just about there in that scenario. And this is, again, one of the EDG specialities. 78% of first bloods in their games. They add another one to their roster, a double kill for Scout. And now this Zoe lane is starting to get rolling, Hysterics.
You want me to hurt you? I bet my house that it was a Trundle first blood with his big face right in the middle of my
Just
screen.
use my stat.
But either
I
way,
forgot to use it
I
earlier
don't
on.
care.
Just let me use
Your
it.
stat doesn't work. Throw that in the bin, you know? We burn the book
Wait, here we go. Hang on. Wait a sec.
But you got to tell me at the same time what's happening, all right? That, by the way, was really nice timing.
Yeah, look, they're catching out Junjia all over the place. All they're doing... Okay. I'll give you that.
Apathetic strikes
is here.
again.
Apathetics is here. But either way, they're spotting out where Jarvan is positioning. This is where they're looking to punish this greedy jungle path from Junjia, where he's looking for ganks. Wei Yan steals away the Gromp, means there's no camps on the bottom side for EDG to go for, forces the Jarvan onto the Dragon. Dragon goes disastrously. Now they have vision control in his topside jungle, and they're punishing again.
Still with a level lead here on Wei Yan. The ward is cleared out. They know they're doing Rift Herald, but again, nothing that EDG can do about it. So for Wei Yan, more farm, more gold, a Rift Herald on top of that as well. And the lane swap means that Wuji and Lei can push this out relatively fast, and the level 6 Trundle could just drop this right here and now.
And we've seen how quickly these games can snowball. Now we're seeing it again from Rogue Warriors. As he said, they want to use this Rift Herald on the top, but work through these plates first because of the way these turret plates work. The extra armor is the true damage on towards the Rift Herald, and they just want to race EDG in the bottom
Something
side.
Clement talks about quite a lot, the Bulwark bonus, right? So that's going to be taken away. Herald gets a point-blank headbutt, and Jung Wuji shares the first turret gold with Lei. 1,000 gold lead here for Rogue Warriors, and EDG will not be able to get the turret trade at the moment.
The 1-inch headbutt in the top side will get the tower. Now gives them the opportunity to rush towards this mid lane as well. You see Scout not in position.
Good positioning here. Ruby has the ultimate available.
He
The
wants
no flash,
him.
the pillar's there, but sends him on the other side. Good little trouble bubble here, but the paddle star doesn't connect, and Junjia does not give away his position. But Rogue Warriors, that doesn't stop their movement. There's 4 of them here. And Mako has to be careful that he doesn't look for an engage.
If you listen closely, you could hear Raz shouting, "Get him!" as Ruby tried to close the distance, but couldn't quite get onto Scout in that scenario. Now EDG will have a bit of a push advantage here in the mid lane and look to use Mako to at least ease Scout back into this lane.
But at least as an Azir who almost has flash available, should be safe here, just receiving the wave. And everyone from EDG now going to back as well. And that's a great time to look at the items here. No first item on the side of the carries of EDG. But if you look around the other side, you've got a Cutlass starting to build here for Crazy. Did he just take the blue? What kind of jungle monster are you? That is not your blue buff. That belongs to Ruby.
Especially when Ruby's struggling. Scout has so much push pressure in this lane right now. The Ruby's completely out of mana. You just took his blue and means that he's got no opportunity.
As far as I'm concerned, if you're a Trundle jungle, that's inting. All right? I would report you the moment I see that happen.
Do you know what the funniest thing is? EDG just question mark pinged the blue.
Oh no, they saw. Oh no, because they're like, why doesn't Ruby have blue, but Wei Yan does? Anyway, he flashes in.
Do it
wants
again.
to steal it, but this time he can't. Comes to about 40 health, but he's in the pit with Subjugate. He's tanky, and it takes all 5 members to kill him, but it's the dragon, it's the kill, and it's Wei Yan getting smacked for his discretion.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I mean, they're not going to let that one happen. So EDG are able to go in, get the dragon for themselves.
And add insult to injury, the blue buff gets taken away from Wei Yan too.
Oh, no.
If Ruby had it, the Trundle wouldn't have given it over. So, you know what? That just hits him where it, and it goes on to Scout. Now that is insult to injury. Really nice trouble bubble here. And it's going to be struggle streak for Ruby, who still doesn't have that flash available.
That's one way to clip this bird's wings. Now, Crazy in the top side. Curious to see what he is going to go for in this build. Because when you've got the Conqueror, you've got a couple of different routes you can go.
Yep.
We've seen the AD cannon come out before. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Would prefer to see him tend towards this AP heavy stall and go for this flank gank pressure we were talking about in these team fights.
Well, has himself an amplifying tome, so Gunblade on the horizon here for Crazy. We haven't talked much about the top lane, but a 20 CS advantage here on top of Xiaosheng. And everything available there for that top lane. But meanwhile, Wei Yan trying to clear the vision that was established by EDG around the dragon. Wei Yan doesn't have the flash, so if he gets caught out with the trouble bubble, Scout could kill him.
Is it Wei Yan who's getting caught out, or Scout?
No, maybe it's Scout now. He has his flash available. He uses it to dodge the death sentence, but almost goes into it. The Shurima Shuffle dodged by Scout. What a portal jump here from the expert mid laner of EDG.
Oh, Mako trying to see if they can get in to help out Scout, turn that play back around. Very well played by Scout to avoid all that pressure. And because he hasn't given anything over, Hope is picking up these turret plates in the bottom lane.
By himself, the gold solely going on this AD carry. So Hope is sneaking his way up a gold lead, and he also has a 20 CS advantage.
And Junji is sneaking into this bottom side of the map as well. They want to try and catch people going for this turret.
Well, he's got the Gravitum available, so maybe he can stop the Java and goes in for the Smite, and it's stolen away. Gravitum to come through with the Crescendum, but now caught between the Trouble Bubble, has to take the Lantern away. EDG are exerting their force, and they get the turret in the meantime.
Now they can start to rotate Hope around the map. The Rift Herald is going to be up in just a few more minutes, so you'd imagine with Scout having that pressure in the mid lane, 3 kills to his name.
Yeah.
Essence Reaver now finished on Hope.
And another blue buff. It's just raining for Scout at this point.
It is the ocean map, you know, it's fitting. Although Ruby seems to be on deserts on the far side with very little mana to work with to keep Scout in any order.
Now, all things considered, and in all seriousness, still the Azir at this point with the pressure on Ruby, still within arm's reach of 10 CS. He's got the shove here, and the rest of Rogue Warriors are waiting nearby. They're trying to bait Mako in for a hook so that they can turn and get the kill.
They need to be on the opposite side, though. Rift Herald is what everyone's looking towards. Nobody on EDG is going to start walking bot lane.
But this time, maybe if they walk into this brush, Lady only one spotted, Wuji walking forward as well. Death sentence close. But Rogue Warriors now have the priority through the mid lane, and it's a 4 versus 4 in the making.
Quickly, you can see on your bottom half of your screen before it disappeared, gold between these two AD carries, an extra place going over to Hope. So a nice little bit of gold going over towards the Misfortune, who's got the 2 assists plus a 30 CS lead for herself.
Bubble though from Scout, not going to have the confidence to jump on top. But for EDG, it just goes right on back. The priority is theirs, and they can zone them out with Scout too. Don't forget that this Zoe plays so well through extended mid lanes. So for EDG, they get the shove, They back away to Herald. They still want to bait in the rest of Rogue Warriors.
Trying to see if Rogue Warriors will take that one step too far. Junjia on the side. Scout, though, not really pushing too far forward. Still wary of what Rogue Warriors can do.
I think at this point, he just doesn't care. Look how confident this man is. He's landing every trouble bubble. So we're A-ramming. This reminds me of EDG.
We're nearly A-ramming. EDG have Zhao Zhang at the top.
No, apparently we're fighting. Good shuffle back, but Mako, he will click the clock for now. As Scout goes in, bursts them down. That's a one-for-one trade. Jungle on the side of Rogue Warriors, and EDG might back away, but still bursting through Scout.
And this is the problem you have with Zoe. Even in these scenarios where you should have the man advantage, she can poke from so far away that it feels unfair. It feels like you can't do anything. And for EDG, that's exactly where they want you. Aatrox working on this top lane tower. Kill for a kill in the mid lane. And a lot of pressure on this mid lane turret.
All the kills are going to Scout, though. Level 11 means accessibility to portal jump so much more regularly.
And this is who you want to step up in these last games of the series. There's a couple of names on a couple of teams that you look towards. Scout is the one on EDG. Again, bullying Ruby in lane. Now stepping up when it comes to these team fights to hold the fort for EDG. Rogue Warriors, though, don't respect him. They're going to start up this Rift Herald.
Well, 2 control wards in the same spot here for Rogue Warriors. Is going to negate vision for now. Xiaoshang is backing, but he has to teleport to re-engage. Right now, I think EDG, they're just going to have to give up the Herald. It's too far gone. Second one going over to RW, and that is the objective that was fought around for mid. That finally goes over.
And this is a pretty big win for Rogue Warriors, as long as they don't lose
So
mid.
is this, though. So is this. The bullet time to come through and lay. Disintegrated. Zoe and Misfortune do a great job of cracking the whip. Ruby zoned out as he walks back into mid. They can't get the turret, but that kill means that EDG have the map to play with.
And now you're forcing this Aphelios back. You've got your men coming back onto Summoner's Rift after the purchases. They can look to pick off this tower and anyone else who's underneath it.
You can't walk towards this Ruby. Scout has bubble available. Wei Yan not going to tank it. That means it's the Azir. They jump in. They cataclysm down. Hope doesn't have ult, but he has the damage to take the turret and turn around. Paddlestar not going to connect, and Mako is going to survive with his life, but the objective's taken, and EDG have a firm grasp on that gold lead now.
We have to see, though, what's going to happen with these backs coming through. Ruby's on the way home, looking to see where Wei Yan is going to position, because he still has that Rift Herald. It's about halfway done to a third at this point. Needs to get that out onto the map.
I was just noticing here, to change topics, we are going to have a look at replay in the bottom left. Sometimes I don't know why we get the bottom left. Just bring it up, you know?
Because we need to look. We haven't had... Crazy hasn't had his moment in the light.
He had a moment in Game 1, all right? You don't need to be selfish. And he's a split-pushing cannon. He's got the dueling gunblade. And right now, yes, he's got a bit of a lead over the solo lane of EDG. But Scout's so damn big that I think this game, I don't care. I take the CS discrepancy on my top laner by even 40 CS for the 5 kills on Scout.
It's a big L Zoe. You can see working up towards... Next time, it looks like it might be a Spellbinder. Am I? No, that'll be one that will certainly hurt if any of these guys connect.
That's true. That ain't avoid stuff, so... Spellbinder would be a lot of fun. Crazy, meanwhile, though, working his magic on this bottom lane turret. That's the power of the split-pushing cannon. That goes relatively quickly, gets a bit more solo gold. So I will start caring about this cannon if things keep going this way.
Oh, Ruby, you're going to be holding dear
Nah,
life
turret.
to this tower.
No, the minions stay with me. Oh, they're autonomous. Okay. Ruby is in a whole pile of it. And meanwhile, Wei Yan is epically low. Rift Herald for a bit of pressure, but the bullet time with the depth charge. The full channel comes out. Ruby shoves him back into his own turret. Crazy comes through with the slicing Maelstrom. A 1-for-1 in that situation. Not too bad. And Crazy didn't sacrifice anything teleporting in.
Nobody's pushing in this mid lane, though. You drop the Rift. Ruby or Lei even and Zhang Wuji move up to help out Ruby in the top side, which means they don't have anyone to help this charge.
Yeah, that's right. So it gets a charge, and it's simply that. By the way, just want to point out, Scout, for some reason, has a teleport. So Zoe now has 3 summoners just about.
And
Stupid
what's wrong with
that? A teleport? Because
I love how tilted you are by this, and you don't
and
even play mid lane.
And but I do. I play Orianna and Zoe. And I'm now playing Aphelios. You know why? Because I need to experience how annoying these champions are. My Zoe's actually pretty good. Just self-proclaimed, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah. KDA doesn't actually represent
no,
it, but
KDA's
what
just a number. But I'll tell you one thing. If I think it's good, you just have to trust me on that, all right?
Okay, all right.
Fantastic. I know Scouts, Zoe is good. I know that this game, people will be talking about Scout Zoe. Again, 5-0, 40 CS lead in the mid lane. I want to bring your attention to other CS leads in different lanes because it does feel like I've been talking about Scout for a little while. We've got the Misfortune lead there for Hope, who's about 30 CS and has the solo lane time.
Nice little mirror on the scores as well.
Yeah.
5-0-0-0-0-5.
Yeah. I'm all about symmetry. I'm all about that top lane CS lead as well, by the way. Crazy with the Oblivion Orb. He's not starting any riots yet, but he does have a 50 CS lead over the Aatrox. So there are some winning lanes here for Rogue Warriors, and the gold lead is not that out of proportion in our third game.
There's nothing symmetrical about what Hope has available and now wants to use with this bullet time.
He's in a lot of trouble. Bullet time comes through. Lay will press the stopwatch, but Scout now in a bit of trouble. Ruby's trying to 1v1 him. His lane opponent, he was winning until Nautilus makes it unfair. They kill him, and he pays for it. And now for Junjia has to get out of there because the Slicing Maelstrom almost hits the mark, but Crazy has to disengage, and Wei Yen almost gets flashed on. It's a messy, messy fight. A 1-for-1, a 1-for-0 towards EDG.
And somehow Ruby's the only one that went down in that situation. I thought Rogue Warriors would be able to pick off one or two members, but Crazy not having the Hextech Broda belt means he can't close the gap to get onto anyone on EDG.
Jung Wooji doesn't have the ultimate, but he does have a Aphelios on top of him. They now jump as Wooji goes back with the lantern, almost does the dirty work. That bounce is Season 10 all over it. Hope now has to chase after Crazy, who avoids the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but not the Misfortune movement speed. The bullet time not there, but she will make it rain. Crazy escapes, but EDG get the dragon and another kill on the list.
Rogue Warriors are being shut down by the rookie Warriors of EDG, getting the third dragon, putting them towards that soul point and making sure they've got complete control for this Baron, which is next on the cards.
Man, that was just such a big opportunity if Wooji had his Moonlight Vigil. We'll go back to the start of the fight because the Trouble Bubble's from Scout again, pushing EDG.
And look at Ruby trying to solo out Scout here. This is not a fight you're going to be able to quite win without the support from the Moonlight Vigil.
Oh, he got the last auto, but Scout survives. Ruby has done a good job this game for just living. But Scout survives on the back end. 6 kills now.
Sad times with the Azir in this matchup. Getting blue buff taken off you. Being pushed out of lane at level 2 to only teleport back and be half health again because of 2 ignites.
I tell you what sucked in that fight. Hope's bounce onto Wooji. I think we need to go back and look at that because that was like a 90-degree bounce that in no book should ever count. Like, that was so bogus. And Hope, by the way, 3 levels above Jung Wooji on the Aphelios. Has the same items, but it's just the time he spent in lane by himself. It's the ability for EDG to play around Scout that Rogue Warriors have had to respect with all members, while Hope has had a solo game, and now solo dies pretty much with the help of Wei Yen. Ruby teleports in as well. That's a really big pick. 40 seconds. They're turning this. Where's this action coming from? Cataclysm on the backline, but Ruby's going to do the damage. Jung Wooji will die meantime, but I think Rogue Warriors still don't mind. 2-for-1 across the map in front of Baron.
I don't care if Aphilio goes down. I'm looking at Ruby. This is the carry for Rogue Warriors right now. With Hope down, with Junjia down, they can at least get these waves back in their favor. I think Baron, bit of a stretch at the moment. They don't have the damage to force off Scout.
Especially, yeah, the Zoe in the back of Baron Pit is always scary. From the red side into that Baron Pit, very different story. He's got a Rabadon's Death Cap, by the way, as his second item. Yeah, definitely not bad. Xiao Shang going to be stealing away the red buff and getting out over the wall. And Rogue Warriors, again, still in this game despite the fed Zoe, but you can see the impact Scout is having on this mid-game.
EDG now are starting to feel the brunt of the damage that is capable of Rogue Warriors in the later stages of the game. The problem is, though, we've still only got 1 item for Ruby coming through. The 2 items are there for Zhang Wuji. The problem is no Infinity Edge and a heap of levels missing as well.
Yep.
We are going to catch on the replay here how Hope gets caught out. And this is what Rogue Warriors need to do. Hide around, see if they can make picks, just slow down EDG. Because when this game gets to the 30-minute mark, the 35-minute mark, Rogue Warriors will be able to bring it back in their favor.
Notice as well, Crazy off that got a massive shutdown from Hope. And so that's crucial here. Able to pick up Morel and Omicron. Good dodge from Zhang Wuji meanwhile, while Mako sends out the dredge line. Hope, Scout, and Mako is a 3-man unit conversing around what seems to be the setup for Ocean Dragon in a minute 20.
And Crazy is on a revenge story right now. 4-0 on this Kennen, wanting to make sure that what was given to him in the Fiora Aatrox matchup is now felt across the board on EDG. We already said a lot relies on him with these teleport plays to get the Maelstrom in the right spot. Now it's all on him to potentially turn this game around.
But you would say he needs Flash here. He's got the ultimate available, but he needs the Flash, especially against the composition of EDG. When you have Mako, Junjia, and Xiaoxiang, that is a front line that is hard to deal with. And teleporting position seems crucial. And Crazy almost with his Flash available.
There is the opportunity for Rogue Warriors to try and corral people up for Crazy, though. You've got the flays, the hooks, everything that you got to respect coming through from Lei. You've got the potential for the swoop and boop from Ruby, as well as those pillars coming from Trundle.
Yep.
Maybe they can work this into a position where EDG are all in the one place, but they've got to do it soon, because the longer they leave it, the more Scout's going to hurt.
The poke continues to come through. Lei, I'm looking at, who needs to punish it. Maybe with the Flash Death Sentence, we'll see. But Scout half health with one combination, and the Ocean Dragon, with the wave shoved out, will be the start.
Watch where Crazy is, always positioning over the wall, just out of distance.
I don't mind this though. You have an Azir, you have an Aphelios.
Crescendo.
Baron for Ocean Soul.
They know this is now going down, though. EDG have realized their mistake, but they need Hope. Hope can't stay on Dragon.
Yeah, that's right. Still doing it, though. He doesn't care. They want Ocean Soul, and they want to take the fight. It will be successful in getting it, but Stone Plate to start the fight off on Mako. He's buying time. Onto the backline now. Xiaoxiang comes up with a cannon ult. Only hits one. Junjiao will go down with Baron secured, but for EDG, it looked like they were okay to take that trade.
Baron is still there. Now
True,
they started
true.
up once again, so they pushed them back. Still the Crescendum available for Zhang Wuji, now swapped over to the Severo.
Then this looks like it could definitely be worth for EDG as Lei gets burst down, flashes away, Hope's still here, but Mako finally burns. The bullet time only zones, and Rogue Warriors are walking away with no Baron in hand. So to correct my point for EDG, even losing 2 for the Ocean Soul, they might call that worth.
It's a hard call to make. Ocean will help them out, but it feels like if you're already in a position where you've been dove on in this composition, Ocean Soul might be too late. Zhang Wuji trying to put the damage down, but you're really feeling those 3 levels that are missing.
We're going to get a taste of it at least in this next upcoming fight. And since Baron is still there, if EDG get that full 5-on-5, then at this point I start fearing for Rogue Warriors' chances in this series. Only a 1k gold lead here for EDG on the red side. And Junjia is just resetting vision here, looking to see what he can make happen.
I think Crazy made a mistake in that fight, though. I think auto-attacking Mako and giving away his position was the wrong decision. I think if you're playing this Kennen, that sneak attack is so much better for the mouse than anything else. So if you're able to get on, if you can move EDG into position where you can actually get that big engage off, it means so much more to Rogue Warriors. Now, though, we're looking at items above board being completed for Rogue Warriors, potentially being enough for them to carry these fights.
Well, we've got a BF sword, we've got a Cloak of Agility, IE on its way. I think Zhang Wuji, that's going to be the most influential item here in this next engage. The ability to crit and burst out before anyone from EDG can get that Ocean Soul off. Shove still here in the mid wave. EDG relying on Scout to help clear it with Hope.
Crazy spotted, knows he's into the Aatrox on that bottom side. EDG back away.
Problem is Junjia is very tanky at this point, even without a Stone Plate available. Mako pushing in with the rest of EDG, and this is what Scout does. Lei walks into it. The Flay's not going to do anything. Ruby dodging away from the trouble bubble as well. Xiaoxiang caught out here, has to flash away. Crazy ulting for one target means no, no, no. we could just get Baron as EDG.
And how do you try and control this push? Even if they don't go for Baron, they can look to poke over the walls. No one to deal with Scout. Rogue Warriors have lost this inner turret.
Hope just walks forward, takes it. Priority over mid and priority towards that pit. Vision getting cleared out with it as well. And Rogue Warriors could have made the biggest mistake of the game.
The good news for Rogue Warriors is that EDG don't do this Baron particularly quickly. So there's the potential for them to try and slow this down, use the blue trinkets that they have to spot it out, and not actually move into a position where a Scout can pick them off.
Still surprised we're at this point. I mean, we did ask for a competitive Game 3. We got it. And each Game 1, Game 2 respectively was one-sided. And we're at a point where one play could really define who wins this series. Both Rogue Warriors and EDG, let's just remind you, Rogue Warriors are sitting at 1-3 with a series win over Suning. And that's it. They took IG to Game 3, but apart from that, not too good. And now they're trying to end it here, but it's not on Rogue Warriors' side. Wei Yen gets caught out, has to pop the stone plate to subjugate and flash away.
And that's the go signal. EDG realize now we can turn towards the Baron. Jungler low, although that Maelstrom is going to be up in just a few moments for Crazy.
Flash teleport with it too. Crazy almost level 16, but he's pathing upwards. It's still a 5 versus 5. Wei Yen coming out of base now.
Ruby locked up by the trouble bubble. Can he start to pick these members off? You can see EDG, just the threat of Rogue Warriors approaching, pushes them off. But it is trying to pick people off.
Well, Wuji has heal and flash available. Wei Yen's like, is he coming? Is he coming? Scout is still the biggest deal on this map. And these troll bubbles, stop landing them. Scout in position now as well. Here comes the paddle style. Wuji has to flash away. And the Flay does okay, but Lay's dead. Oh! And Scout jumps forward. A double kill for the carry of EDG. 2 members dead, Baron alive.
And every time, Scout is picking off members from way down in the back. EDG will pick up the Baron. They've picked up the Ocean Soul. Elder Dragon is in a minute. And regardless of how competitive this game has seemed, it looks like EDG have got Rogue Warriors number.
Well, Game 2 was Xiaoshung's time to shine. Game 3 is back to the roots in Scout. This mid laner who people would know once upon a time studied under the roots of Faker. Many years later, he's still got it. And he might have had EDG's Game 3 win on a platter with Baron now in hand.
The better SKT understudy will win out in this one, it looks like. Scout versus Crazy. Crazy trying their best to be the carry on this Kennen, but the Maelstorms have not been on point. Potentially one last fight to turn it around for Rogue Warriors.
But remember, the Ocean Soul is going to be massive here. And to kill EDG is going to rely on a miracle ult combo. Oh, combi, I like that. Between Crazy and Ruby with the Moonlight Vigil on top. Execution, everything here, and Lay may have done it. Here comes the Flay on top of Mako. He's forced to flash away, but remember, Stoneplate is almost available. Scout comes in, misses the trouble bubble, and the full 5-on-5 will have to wait. Dragons here, reset or recharge.
Subjugate was used by Wei Yan, though. They wanted to burst down this Nautilus. They weren't able to do so, so now they're relying pretty much solely on either a big ultimate coming through from the Aphelios or the Kennen.
But let's look at his items that he has. Calibrum, he has Crescendum. He needs the Infernum, he needs the Sephirum. And Infernum's now available. Scout looking for the pick. Crazy caught out here a little bit. Uses the Gunblade, but the level 16 Kennen still has his ulti and flash.
Scout trying to poke over these walls. Rogue Warriors, the longer you stay in this jungle, the more opportunity you have for one of those paddle stars to hit.
They can just do it. They can just push mid. Look at the positioning here of Rogue Warriors. EDG can just push down the mid lane and look for the inhibitor turret.
Baron is still up for another minute. These
oh
minions
my
are going to die
Scout
quick.
is 1v2ing Lay at half health once again. Inhibitor's going to be opened here, and EDG are making Rogue Warriors run back, but in the position in chaos, here comes Xiaoshung. The trouble bubble onto the AD carry has done everything World Ender to make him go a little bit gold on the side. Xiaoshung ignited, but Crazy's here, gets the solo kill. The Kennen strikes back, while the rest of EDG say, screw it, let's get the inhibitor.
The sides of the map have been reversed here. EDG, they're calling different directions. Some are going for Dragon, some are going for the base.
Yeah, what are they doing? The backs need to come through. Zhong Wuji is going to stop it here for now. Wei Yen with the help of the defense too. So Hope tried to be frisky with it, but the game goes on.
Did force Rogue Warriors on the recall, though, to get back into position. EDG have bought themselves enough time to now set up again. The hook!
Caught out. What a death sentence, and the cannon ulti to come through. Junjia will survive, but EDG are on the back foot with Infernum in hand. Scout has to watch as his team is disintegrated right in front of the Elder Dragon.
Junji is still in base. They can burst this down before the jungler gets there. This could be the turnaround from Rogue Warriors.
This is everything to them. The Elder Dragon denied from EDG with an Azir, with an Aphelios, and a pretty big cannon.
Holy crap, Rogue Warriors. When we tried to knock them out, the hook from Lei, the setup for Crazy, and they ripped through health bars on EDG. And now with Elder Dragon, how much can they get?
20 seconds till Hope comes up and available. Baron's not there. The fight for Rogue Warriors evened out against the Ocean Soul, and the gold only 3,000 at 35 minutes. Now, at this point, we're waiting for that one team fight. A lot of structures to be taken here from Rogue Warriors. That's the only downside. But Rogue Warriors know that this is on a knife's edge, because if they lose that fight, even with Elder, then EDG will run it down mid and win the game.
Rogue Warriors can take these structures incredibly quickly, though. Once they get the waves there, you've got the Aphelios, who we've seen before. Ruby does an incredibly good job as well. The problem that they're having, though, is because the onslaught from EDG has been going on for so long, they've got to be on wave clear duties in the side lanes. So this buff is not going to last very long.
Teleport through the mid lane. In comes Ruby, the Azir, ready to part ways with Shurima. In through the mid lane turret, they're looking to poke them down. Actually, both teams doing the same thing. Trying to threaten, but Rogue Warriors really trying to get into that fight.
It's hard for Rogue Warriors to approach this. Without the Baron, Scout can clear out these waves pretty quickly. Hope could even throw down the bullet time just to dissuade this push.
Okay, waves going pretty quickly here from Rogue Warriors' side as well. Finally, the turret is hit hard, and EDG have to respect the damage. Looking for a hook from Lei. Bullet time to clear the wave. There's no Baron buff on the side of Rogue Warriors, so it goes down instantly.
Now they've set up base in this mid lane, trying to wait for this next wave to waddle its way in towards the mid. They need to be careful though. Scouts still looking for these paddle stars.
Look at where Crazy is though. A flank off on the side with the Azir turret. That means they have a choke in between two standing objectives. But spotted out by a ward here. EDG pushed off yet another turret.
18 seconds left. Rogue Warriors are going to back away. They know they can't keep pushing for this mid lane. And maybe, just maybe, EDG, this is the goal putting. But this is the time.
Look at the overlapping time here, Dagda. Baron is spawning soon towards the end of the Elder. EDG are resetting for now, but Rogue Warriors are still looking for the pick. Lei not going to find the death sentence onto Junjia as he runs away, but pings are going down from Rogue Warriors around this pit. It's coming up in under 20 seconds.
Crescendum and Infernum is available for this, for Zhang Wuji. The Rogue Warriors AD carry can burst it alone, but imagine this is Zir in the backline as well.
One face check, one moment that brings this game to a halt. EDG Mako might be caught out. The stun's going to come through from Kennen. The bullet time to save his life, and the stone plate. With the help of the Ocean Dragon, that might keep him healthy, but that's a big burn down.
It's not only the Gargo stone plate, it's the bullet time from Hope. They use nothing from Rogue Warriors. Now you've got to try and approach this pit. Scout, you need to make the magic happen. This Zoe needs to find the pick.
The trouble bubble to land. This time it does not. Rogue Warriors have Crazy around the side, but look at where EDG are. If they choose to pull the trigger while this Baron's being started, they could run it down mid, but they want to take the fight instead.
They need to try and stop this Baron.
Wow.
The recalls would come in too quick. Scout on the side.
Double Aphelios turret does some damage. Over to Mako. Trouble bubble lands into the pit. It's secured here by Rogue Warriors. They turn for the fight. Onto Junjia. He's pulled back. Has to flash away, but we disengage. Mid lane in a track here for EDG, but it's so dangerous with Baron. Rogue Warriors have enhanced recalls.
Yeah, the enhanced recalls are going to be too quick to get them back in there. Now they've got Baron for 244, and you were talking about this overlap in timers. This is going to happen again. Baron buff will be up as the Elder Dragon spawns.
I hope my boys in the chat, we got that Monka W coming. Scout 8-0, by the way. Void Staff picked up. Also has a stopwatch in his back pocket, level 17. Ruby's caught up 3 items of himself. GA now available for Zhang Wuji. We've got 3 items on the top lane cannon with a needlessly large rod and stopwatch. We're preparing for the last fight.
There is nothing needless about any of these items. Every little bit of damage is going to count in these scenarios. Rogue Warriors beelining to catch that wave in the top side, start knocking down these inner structures. Remember, only 5 to 6 minutes ago, there was still a mid lane outer. EDG were riding on top of the world, but that's when the 35-minute hit. That's when these items started to come in for Rogue Warriors, and EDG were tossed to the wayside.
They challenge Invictus Gaming. Now, EDG are on the cusp of the same situation, but this time Rogue Warriors are in a much better position. Towards the top lane turret with Baron, the poke comes through with triple gravitum. The threat and the hook that comes in as well pops Stone Plate. Scout does a bit of damage on the back end, but because no Stone Plate on Jarvan, Rogue Warriors get another advantage.
Crazy hasn't been able to push this wave fast enough either. Scout's doing a good job of clearing them out. So it means this disjointed wave management, Rogue Warriors can't get the top lane turret. They can't crack open that inhibitor to put pressure for the Elder Dragon.
Also means that EDG are able to push out and head towards warding this next Elder Dragon. Number 2, by the way. And Rogue Warriors setting up for that win condition. Look at the pick trying to be set up here. Lei looks for a hook, has to flush away. Cataclysm lands, and so does the Trouble Bubble. Meanwhile, on the top side, look at Wei Yan trying to dissuade Hope and Mako, and Lei will survive. The most crucial thing is that Lei doesn't get caught out because he needs to get the hook.
Where are the wards? Crazy's just backed. He's looking for a teleport. If he can get in behind EDG, this could spell disaster for the new EDG lineup.
Oh, Scout trying so damn hard to find that pick. We're at 41 minutes. This game is insane. EDG still pathing around. Vision is everything. That Trouble Bubble lands onto Lei, but Scout will not find a follow-up dredge line. So damn close too.
This Elder has been stopped and started so many times by Xiao Xiang. Scout
doesn't miss onto Ruby. The Ignite dropped down. He thought he could burst him, and he would have. But the Paddle Star was a bit to the left.
Connection is not there. Now you can see Rogue Warriors trying to see if they can keep these waves in control towards the mid lane.
Dredge line onto the jungler. Scout tries to get through to Jungwoo, but he kites away. Meanwhile, look at the Felos hitting around, but Lei is dead. The Moonlight Vigil doesn't connect, but Junjia will go down. A 1-for-1 trade support for jungle. And that's it for now.
Lei managed to get the hook onto Scout in the backline. He couldn't commit.
Another Trouble Bubble lands here from Scout. He can't get the poke down either, though. Ocean Dragon coming into fruition. Hope tries to poke them out, but Rogue Warriors, they're not committing to Elder. They're like, hey, we gotta go mid.
EDG don't do objectives quickly. They can't contest onto the Elder Dragon. They're gonna lose their base if they try to take it.
They've got really slow back timings as well. So with Crazy, with Ruby, with Jungwoo, they're onto the inhibitor. They're pushing this, but the flank is coming through.
They're still going to try and go for the Scout. He's got the connection onto Wuji.
And there we go. The cleanse comes out immediately. Crazy looking for the one-on-one with Scout. Jumps, flashes in, but Scout goes golden. This time with the bullet time. In come EDG. Ruby has hit the blast cone, but Hope tries to carry this fight back. The Aatrox gets reset and is on to the Aphelios, but Season 10 says no. Rogue Warriors left with 3.
Lei is moving up towards this mid lane, though he needs to get over here to help Zhang Wuji. This AD carry is in so much trouble.
He has Severum though. Severum and Infernum. Slowed on down. The Aatrox looks for the knockup. Finds him at Lei. You hero Hope. He flashes over. He's like, where did he go?
The magic trick comes in full success for Rogue Warriors. They make the mid inhibitor disappear. Zhang Wuji disappears, but it's still this Elder Dragon on the cards. The big objective is not gone yet.
When Ruby comes alive, 25 seconds, he has teleport. Can they delay this long enough?
The longest 25 seconds ever. I don't think they can. This is going down too fast.
Jungwoo moving into position. Crazy doesn't have the ultimate or the flash available. 5k. Jungwoo running in. He gets knocked up by Junjia. Xiaoshang turning for the fight. He has World Ender once again. The pull of time. Lay it on top. And Lei even gets hit by Hope too. A great death sentence onto Junjia as Wuji kites his way back and heals up. But
there's
no
the teleport. There's the teleport. Ruby's made it to the fight. 4,000 on the Dragon.
They're hitting it hard. Wei Yan's right there, right in front of it. All they need to do is hit it. He gets stunned up. And the Shurima shuffle with the Elder. They blow them to pieces. Rogue Warriors are looking to style over Edward Gaming.
Rogue Warriors are looking to start their path to victory. Crazy is in the base, Zhao Zhang is low, and now they're marching towards the Nexus.
Boom! Goes the Dragon from Crazy, gets the GA, and Rogue Warriors run it down mid. Not only do they style on IG, but this time around, they take it all the way to the Nexus. Rogue Warriors are the young warriors and the young blood in the LPL.
No